What's up, y'all? It's me, Taliahmereé, and happy Wednesday! Okay, so today's beat was this super colorful look, as you can see, using the Mikayla X Glamlite Palette, and honestly, I have to be the one to tell you, if you don't have that palette, you need it, babe. You need it, okay? Because it does not disappoint. I also just wanted to say thank you for watching my video. If you have any requests for me, please make sure to leave them in the comments, or you can reach out to me on Twitter or Instagram at taliahmereé. And if you want to see how I got this look, then make sure to keep on watching. Okay, queens, we're starting out the video with the P. Louise blank canvas base, and I'm just going to put that all over my eyelid and then blend it out with a bigger, fluffier brush. And as you can see, I did already do my brows off camera, but I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Ebony and the clear brow gel from Anastasia as well. And as you can see, I'm just going in on my other eye with the base also. And what you all have been waiting for in the Mikayla X Glamlite Palette, I'm going in with the shade MJ, which I'm pretty sure is short for Mikayla's initials, Mikayla Jane. And look at the payoff with this color, y'all. Like, this is a pastel purple, first of all. Majority of the time when I've used pastels, they do not show up like this. Like, this is purple, okay? Purple. And I'm just using a brush to put that in my outer corner. At this point, I wasn't really sure what kind of look I was going for. Now I'm going in with the shade Iconic, and I'm just lightly blending that into the top of the purple shade MJ. And like I said, I didn't know what kind of look I was going for. I'm just kind of playing around with the palette and using the colors that I enjoyed the most and the colors that I wanted to use the most since I've gotten this palette. And this is my first use, and I have to say, like you heard me in the intro, you gotta have it, babe. Next, I'm using the shade Rhody, which is this light sky blue shade, and it is extremely pigmented. I blended this into the purple shade, and honestly, the two colors blend together so well. I've never tried Glamlite before, so I'm not sure, but I'm ready to get another palette just to see like if this is their formula, because it is amazing. Anyways, I went back in and touched up all the colors, made sure they were as bright as they could be. And I did dip into Masshole just to darken up that Rhody color. Next, I'm using the shade Harley, and I'm using this to blend up into my eyebrow bone and, you know, make sure the lines aren't as harsh. And I'm going back in with the P. Louise blank canvas to carve out my eye. And at first I didn't know if I wanted to wing it out, but I'm like, yeah, let's just do it. So I did go ahead and do that. And I'm just tapping this base into place and defining the line just to make sure it's as crisp as possible. And now I'm going in with the best color, literally the best color. That's the name of it in the palette, and I agree with it in real life. It is the best color. If you know me, you know that green is my favorite color. So this was like the #1 shade that I had to use in this palette. I couldn't wait to get into it, and it did not disappoint me. It's literally the best color. So shout out to Mikayla for understanding that green is amazing. Anyways, I'm going back in with Iconic, and I'm using that on the inner portion of my eye and blending that into the best color. And I'm just making sure to get that line as crisp as possible. And like seriously, they blend in together so well. Now I'm using the Tarte Cosmetics Poreless Primer. And I do take my time putting on primer because I feel like getting it in all of the areas on your face and making sure it's rubbed in well really can help your foundation. And y'all, look at the color of this foundation. This is, for whatever reason, it picks up extremely orange on my cheek on that side, but it doesn't on my forehead. It could just be the lighting in the room, or it's just the simple fact that this is a summer foundation for me, and we're in January. It's very much winter. It's very much like no tan is left on my skin at all. So I used the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade 27S to tone down that oranginess and make it more my skin tone, which is something you can always do if you are a person whose skin tone changes quite a bit from summer to winter. You can always use a concealer if you have a summer foundation that you enjoy, but it's too dark for you. And as you can see, I added even more concealer because I still felt like it was a little bit too orange for me. But after this second application of the concealer, I did feel like it was more suitable to my skin tone. And now I'm going in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade 47S. And I'm also using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Chestnut. And I'm using these to contour. And of course, I'm putting that on my cheeks, nose, forehead, jawline. And I'm using the Real Techniques Beauty Blender to blend all of this out. This is for sure a trust the process tutorial because that foundation shade was crazy. I'll have to use that like midsummer to see if it's really that orange, and I just have never noticed, because if it is, then that's embarrassing. But anyways, you can see it's way more toned down now. And these are the Tarte Shape Tape concealers that I used. They are 27S, 36S, and 47S. 36S is the shade that I used under my eyes. 47S was the one that I used for contour. And then 27S is the one that I used to mix with my foundation to bring those yellow orangey tones down. And of course, I'm just highlighting in all the normal places, under the eyes, forehead, nose, cupid's bow, and the cheeks. I believe I also do my chin. I'm not sure. And I'm using the Real Techniques 402 brush to blend out the concealer. And I did go in with the One Size setting powder in the shade Translucent. And as you can see, I'm dusting that off with the One Size pressed foundation powder in the shade Medium Dark 4G. And now I'm using the Tarteist Pro Glow palette. And I'm dipping into the Sculpt shade. And we are defining our cheeks, which I really love this palette. I love all of the highlighter shades. Sometimes I mix them all together. I love the Sculpt shade. It's like perfect for me. It's not too orangey, it's not too dark. It's perfect. So if you haven't tried it, definitely give it a try. They have a mini version as well. Now I'm going in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush, and these are in the shades Quirky and Party. And of course, I use some setting spray. This is the Iconic Original, and I use my beauty blender to tap all that in. Here I am using the shades Lit and Strobe from that Tarteist Pro Glow palette. And I do go in and put my lashes on and finish my bottom lash line off camera. I'm using the NYX lip liner in the shade Nude Truffle. And I'm using the CrushXO Semi Matte Liquid Lip in the shade Judy. And I did show the gloss, my, floss gloss, but I didn't actually use the gloss because I did like the matte look. So I just brought the gloss with me in case I wanted to get glossy later. And if you're curious about the lashes, they are just the Demi Wispy lashes. Here we have it, the final result. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about this eyeshadow palette because I am obsessed. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification. See you next time.